In the fifth episode of the well-known series called Euphoria, the audience was shocked by the behavior of a traumatized protagonist who is in active addiction. As we could see, Rue didn't have any control over her actions in this episode. That's why, when her mom took the suitcase, the daughter started panicking, screaming, slamming doors, and yelling the most offensive things she could think of. All the other characters who had to deal with Rue were also suffering from her behavior, mostly because they loved her and wanted to help. Hey, welcome back to the Mystery 5 channel about all the conspiracy theories you've ever been interested in. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to learn more. In this video, I'm going to talk about the grim theory of Rue's future as an opiate addict. Stay tuned to learn more about possible consequences of her actions. Later, in the second season of Euphoria, Rue came up with a plan to get a lot of opiates from Laurie, the head of a drug-dealing scheme. The girl promised to bring $10,000 in return for the drugs, even though she was gone at this point and wasn't able to actually earn this money. Remarkably, Laurie actually warned Rue of the consequences if she didn't bring the money. She said she would get the girl kidnapped. And this is the horrible idea of my theory. Rue will have to get involved in human trafficking to pleasure men for money and drugs. Unfortunately, Rue refused any adequate help from her mother and sister and intentionally asked Laurie for help. What do you think about this woman? Does she seem dangerous? In my opinion, Rue shouldn't have gone to the house of Laurie in the first place. But this is just what addiction does to people. They lose any sense of control and stability in their lives and act irrationally. Well, let's dig into the theory that Rue will be sold to work in the oldest profession for Laurie. First off, Laurie says these words after seeing Rue suffering from withdrawal.
It's one of the good parts of being a woman. Even if you don't have money, you've still got something people want.
As scary as it sounds, this woman doesn't actually care about Rue. It is obvious that she wants to use the poor girl for her own malicious interests. Secondly, it is quite frightening that in the fifth episode, Laurie calls Rue by her official name, Ruby Bennett.
Ruby Bennett, I'm so happy to see you.
So, it's obvious Laurie was collecting information about the girl and probably the woman was already making some horrible plans about enslaving Rue. Many internet users would agree when I say that Laurie doesn't seem angry or violent in the first place, but she is frightening and cold-blooded for sure. And it's not a coincidence she knows so much about the protagonist. Perhaps Laurie gave her the drugs realizing that Rue could be useful as a woman in the near future. Another inexplicable thing about Laurie is that she lied about having no pills in her house. When Rue was in agonizing pain because of the withdrawal, the woman could give her the regular opiate pills, but instead, she injected the morphine intravenously. This way, Rue owes Laurie even more, not only in literal sense, but also figuratively. She will be dangerously grateful to her for helping her at the lowest moment. To my mind, such trauma bonding doesn't have any positive implications. Therefore, giving morphine to Rue was a backhanded act of service that the protagonist will have to pay for. It's important to mention another significant cinematic detail. I'm talking about the metaphor that lies within the constant images of beautiful parrots that are locked inside cages in Laurie's house. This scene resembles young women who were lost in their poverty or addiction and had to be involved in adultery or human trafficking. They are just like these birds who are supposed to be free and enjoy their lives, but instead they unwillingly pleasure others with their appearance. Women that are involved in adultery feel stuck by the obstacles of their lives, so it is similar to being in a cage. Well, this is a very depressing theory about the future of Rue. Do you think this theory is unfortunately convincing? Share your opinion in the comments. I really enjoy reading your feedback. Thanks for watching.